Good afternoon, good morning, whatever time you're watching. Listen, thank you so much for watching the Dads of Detroit podcast. My name is Chip,
My name is Freeze.
and you are rocking with us once again. We thank you so much. This is episode 3, and if you've seen episode 1 or clips from episode 1 and or 2, you know what we are all about. We are dads here. You can literally see downtown Detroit. This is Canada right behind us. We are fathers. We're black men who are involved in the lives of our children. And we're having similar discussions that everybody else is having, but we're having them from the perspective of fathers. And we're discussing these different topics through that lens because it is important that we find the teaching moments that exist in the current day world and translate that into lessons for our sons. That's important, and so when the government shuts down, we need to sit down with our sons, you know what I mean, and say, this is what happens when the government shut downs and blah, 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 so on and so forth. Anywho, so we're talking about the same stuff, but bam, bam. How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good.
Man, God is good.
Oh, yeah, it's a rainy day. It's cold outside. Good day to do nothing. So, I'm feeling good. How about yourself?
You know what, man? I think it's gonna be a wonderful episode. I'm feeling great. Man, yeah, it's getting cold, and this is Detroit, and so get ready, gird your loins, because it's about.
You ain't used to this cold weather being down there from Texas. Yeah.
It
Getting
is
a real
crazy,
culture shock.
bro.
Yeah, you ain't used to that cold weather in
crazy,
October and
brother.
when it's in May.
It is crazy, but not for real. It is crazy, but I've been enjoying it. So I got a question for you, man. Last time we discussed, what is your definition of motion? I'm gonna jump right in. I'm gonna throw this right at you, man. When do you believe? And I'm gonna ask you in the context of, let's say, family relationships, and then maybe we can delve a little bit into romantic relationships. But this is the question: when do you believe having a big heart goes too far? Like, where do you draw the line? Or maybe I can ask it in reverse. Where do you draw the line in regards to having a big heart or being generous with family?
I mean, see, that's a layered question.
Yes.
Because I feel like everybody has a big heart. And I ain't gonna say everybody, but either you family oriented or you not,
Okay.
right? So most people who family oriented gonna have a big heart with their family. You're gonna be able to move in if you need to move in. You're gonna be able to use the car if you need to. So that's if you really family oriented. But if you're not, then you might not be as quick to do stuff for your family. It's like a stranger on the street for real. It's the same, like, because like how you were saying earlier, off camera we was kind of having a talk about family, and me personally, I'm one of those people, family, friends. Like, if I can do it for you, I will. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm going to damn near go through hoops and bounds to make sure I can do what I need to do for somebody. Everybody don't do that for you. So in return, a lot of the times I'll be pissed off if I need a small favor from a person and they can't do it. And the reason I be pissed off is because it's like, I'll do whatever I can for you, but you won't do the same for me in return.
Quick question: does that happen to you oftentimes as a giver? I'm still a giver, and so, but let me just ask you, as someone who is generous, as someone who is on the receiving end of a call when calamity comes, and expressing the sentiment you just did, saying, okay, so when it happens and it's not reciprocated, I feel some type of way. With that thought in mind, how often does that happen when you're calling for this or for that, whether it's big or small, and you feel like those individuals, we're still talking in the context of family. And I'm not asking necessarily personally, but
No,
just, yeah.
no, I get it. So the whole thing is, I'm not a person that, like, I don't ask for things often, right? Mm-hmm. And most of the times, if I ask somebody for something, I'm usually asking a person that I think can handle that favor that I'm asking.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna ask you nothing that I know you can't handle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask somebody who I know make $15 an hour for $5,000.
So then at that point, it's simply a matter of your willingness.
Exactly. That's the reason I be pissed off, because it doesn't feel like you can't do it. You're just not willing to, and that's where the anger, or that's where the me being pissed off comes from, because I'm willing to do it for you easily, but when it comes time to reciprocate, it's like you're not willing to do that. So it's like, really, what is this?
And what is the remedy for you in that scenario? Because are you still to date that person that gets the call, or have you since?
So when you a person that when you are a person that's looked at like a provider, or when you're a person that people know has a good heart and is resourceful and has means, they're gonna call you. That's just what it is.
Yeah,
you're gonna be the person that's on call. So with you being that person comes responsibility, right? But now it's not even a problem with me doing something for people. I got to use better discretion on who I'm doing it for. That's the issue. So I can't put that on somebody else because they don't do some shit for me. I have to look at myself like, why did I do that for you when I knew at the end of the day, if I was gonna call you, you wasn't gonna do it for me.
Yeah, and that changes things, man. I think that's a beauty, and getting over that hump, I found is so peaceful.
Yeah,
Always peaceful, because if you can have a circle of people, of friends, family members. I think we're still talking in the context of family. If you can have a family that you can depend on, and they know they can depend on you, I think that's just the best. That's the best feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I'm starting to realize you can't depend on nobody. Like, at the end of the day, we have certain expectations, right?
Yeah.
So when we have friendships, we move with certain intentions because of those expectations.
Yeah.
So when you uphold your end of the bargain and your friends don't uphold theirs, it make you feel away. You just don't never know when that's gonna happen, because you don't never know when you're gonna need somebody. So you done been somebody friend for 3-4 years, and they done been going through hard shit for the last 2-3 years. You done been there, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as you have a small hiccup and you need them to be there for you, they ain't nowhere to be found. So it's like, how can you? How could you gauge that person was going to do that for 3 or 4
I
years?
feel like the only answer is to stop taking the call. The only answer, because in reality, is like, there's no way you can guarantee somebody's going to have it at the time you need it.
Right.
That's just outside of anybody and everybody's control.
Right.
I can't guarantee, watch this here and then, bam. What about those instances that you just called out where you feel like you got it to do, and for whatever reason you ain't prioritized my dire situation?
Yeah.
Woo. So here go the thing. Let me fix it for you.
But me not answering the call with me not being real with myself. You feel me? Like, I'm a person that if I'm not sitting up here thinking about it, I just do it, because that's naturally who I am. You see what I'm saying? I'm naturally a person that's gonna do it if I can. And even me dealing with somebody who won't do that shit for me shouldn't change me, but that doesn't negate the fact that I'm a human being. I'm still gonna feel away.
Nah. Yeah, well, you got to go to the next level and act on them feelings proactively the next time. You know what I mean? Like,
what you mean? I mean, for real, what you mean?
What I'm saying is, nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Right.
And you will never succeed in, I tell my sister this all the time, you'll never succeed in bringing up a person's standards to what your standards of a relationship is. It's not going to happen. The only thing that you can do realistically as a person is come down to where they are. That's all that you can do. Now, if we're talking about the only situation that I'll give a pass for that is that special someone. You know what I mean? Like, you especially as a man, we are called to, like, love on the level we want to be loved and lead forward. You know what I mean? Like, and make the commitment. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And it's a challenge to grow into that man, but that's neither here nor there. I'm talking about relationships for this first portion, and maybe we can get into that, like I mentioned earlier. But yeah, no. I'm not going to expect something of you, because I just know how that is. I know how human nature is, and I understand if you've been in the position to ask me for something. Well, hell, you might be about to call me.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What's having a big heart then? So what do you think? What do you consider having a big heart? Is having a big heart being generous? Is having a big heart being a person that's there for acts of service when you need it? Like, what do you consider having a big heart? Because at the end of the day, that's really what the question is. Like, is it worth it? You see what I'm saying?
I feel like having a big heart is, watch this, acting outside of your responsibilities for the without the expectation of anything coming back. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's having a big heart. But it's kind of like, me personally, I don't even feel right in asking in having a big heart in a lot of people's situations. Most people's situations, let me just put it this way. People's situations outside of my family, I don't feel right in like having a big heart if the other people in like that are supposed to have a big heart in your situation have not handled business. So for example, I'll give you just a wild example. If I'm at work,
Okay.
or if we still talking about family. If I got a female cousin,
Okay.
huh? And you and yeah, you got a man. You feel me? Yeah, no, you got men. No. I'm in a situation, and watch this here. Bam, I got you the first time. I may have you the second time, but the Lord knows the third time I'm asking, like, so what's the situation? Because I don't even if you paying me back, I don't like that. I'm not the bank.
Right.
You feel me? I'm not a loner, and I ain't never asked nobody for nothing. So there it goes.
But see, that kind of goes. But you didn't say this on camera.
Yeah.
But you remember how earlier when we was talking, and you was like, "You counting my pockets."
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
How?
Because she got a dude, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. She asked you. You count her pockets.
I'm not okay.
You count her pockets. At the end of the day, that's the same thing.
I understand.
That's her having her whatever over here. Mm-hmm. She asked you. Mm-hmm. Could you do this? could you do this? Nah, it's up to you to be like, look, I'm not into giving women in committed relationships money. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's one thing, but you can't be like, cuz you got a man over there. You can't ask you can't just because she got a man. So what? You pocket watch her.
Well, I don't.
You feel me?
The alternative. No, the alternative. No, here's the thing, and I guess I'll lose or I'll concede that moral point if I get to avoid the feeling that you feel on the other end, of
right.
of needing someone for real this time. You know I don't ask you for nothing ever, and you know I always got you. Man, hell no.
So let me ask you this. All right, so let's further this. Let's expand this conversation. So with that being said, that means you can't ask motherfuckers for nothing either at the end of the day.
Say what?
I said that means you can't ask motherfuckers for nothing either. Like, that means if you carry how you carry, that means you make sure it's either one or two things. That means you either are selfish yourself, and if you're selfish yourself, that means that you live life in a way where you make sure you don't have to need a motherfucker for nothing, which is really impossible, but that's why selfish people.
I'll say this. I am a very generous person in the context in which you are supposed to be generous. I am 36, and I will tell you every time in the last, 20 years, if I went out to eat, I've tipped generously, 20% or more.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
right.
It's not a matter of like stingy. You know what I mean? That's the context. You feel me? Like,
but
I'm
see,
talking
that's
about
different, though.
Okay, I'm just saying, but as far as so if I want to stick to where you are, as far as like, do I ask people for anything? I'll say this: my family, if ever the situation happens, you know what I mean. I'll go out for the people that I expect to go out for me,
right.
And those people are very, very few, and therefore the calls that I'll receive are very, very few. That's just kind of the way that it is. And here's the thing, because we are fathers. And what we're doing is we are setting the example to our sons that not only are you to be responsible, but you are to ask and encourage people around you to be responsible. And if you are asking me every 2 weeks for $300, it's not a matter at some point of whether or not I have it. At some point, it's a matter of why you aren't managing things, why you've got more month than you've got money.
No, I agree with that.
And so my thing is, when you are asking someone to go above and beyond, if it's rare, let's do it. And and people that have gotten favors from me will tell you they've never heard about it again. You've never got a sly Facebook post, never. Okay,
Right.
but here's the thing: you gotta handle your own business because anytime, and watch this here, Fats, any and every time you down on your own, if you end up behind jail walls, heaven forbid anybody ever do it, if you end up in a sticky situation, that is the moment, that is the second that you realize you only got your daddy. That's the moment you realize all you got is your mama and your daddy. And in that moment, you come on to my side. That's the moment you come on to my side. You feel me? So it's just like,
Because it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
'Cause I look at it
no.
like this. I also look at it like me having a good heart is why I have been able to maneuver in life the way I have been able to maneuver.
yeah,
True indeed, everything has its ups and its downs, its pros and its cons. You feel me? But me being a good person to people does not go unnoticed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because the
people
that
be taking advantage of you.
I mean-
Yeah, people be trying to get down.
Yeah,
People get down on you, man.
but this is the thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's only a getting down on me if I feel like it's a getting down on me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Some of this shit don't be about nothing. And that's just what it is. Like if that's what you feel like is getting down, if this is what the price of getting you away from me is,
Yeah.
I'll pay it.
Yeah. I
know
just
what I'm
know
saying?
the psychology. I'm not gonna say I know. I'm gonna say I have this theory that I've developed of the psychology of a taker.
Yeah.
And I know how parasitic and how I know how they are and how they move from host to host.
Yeah.
And I see you coming from up the street, and my position is just not here. Keep moving.
Yeah.
That's all.
And see, but see, I even though I'm a big hearted person, I'm not a crazy motherfucker. You know, because the thing is, I've been outside a long time, so my big heart comes from like put it like this. It be the people closest to me that gives me the ick when it comes to this shit.
Yeah.
It don't be the new motherfuckers.
Bro
or
said
the,
the ick.
You know, it don't
Bro
be,
said the ick.
it don't be the new motherfuckers or
Yeah,
It
yeah.
always be somebody I've
Yeah.
been knowing for 15 plus years
Yeah.
that start changing, and it
Yeah.
be like, damn, at what point did you turn into this person,
Mm-hmm.
or at what point did I do something to you to make you turn into this person and be this way towards me when I've done nothing but look out for you. But like real talk, having a big heart has literally, had